Hello everyone, let's discuss a problem from Starter 215. The question name is differing values. So in this question you are given a string s and size of n and a parameter k. So he given a condition that s of I should not be equal to s of k plus I for every I in the range of 1 to n minus k. So he given an so we can rearrange the characters in string s so that this condition should be satisfied. And if the given string is can be rearranged, the answer is yes, or else the answer is no. Let's take one test case where n equals to 4, k equals to 1 and s equals to 1 0 1 0. So the conditions that should be satisfied is s of 1 should not be equals to s of 2, s of 2 should not be equal to s of 3, s of 3 should not be equal to s of 4. So from the given string, s of 1 is 0, s of 1 is 1, s of 2 is 0, s of 2 is 0, s of 3 is 1, s of 3 is 1, s of 4 is 0. So from these conditions I can say that s of 1 and s of 3 are equal and s of 2 and s of 4 are equal. Now for this test case these conditions are valid, so we can print yes. Let's take another test case, n equals to 4, k equals to 3 and s equals to 1110. Now the conditions that should be satisfied are s1 not equals to s3, s2 not equals to s4. To make sure s1 not equals to s3, if I take s1 as 1, s3 should be 0. If I take s1 as 0, s3 should be 1. Similarly, if s2 is 0, s4 should be 1. If s2 is 1, s4 should be 0. So in the given test case, number of 1s are 3, number of zeros are 1. But to satisfy these two conditions, we need number of 1s as 2, number of zeros as 2. So this test case is not valid, is not satisfying the given conditions, so output is no. So if I want, so let's try to find the pattern from s1. s1 should not be equal to s of k plus 1. S of k plus 1 should not be equal to s of 2k plus 1. If I take k as I, so this will become k plus 1, that is 2k plus 1. And s of 2k plus 1 should not be equal to s 3k plus 1. And s 3k plus 1 should not be equal to s 4k plus 1. So on. So if I write generalized form, s of I not equals to s k plus I, not equals to s 2k plus I, not equals to s 3k plus I, not equals to s 4k plus I, so on. So from this pattern I can say s of phi will equal to s 2k plus I, that will be equal to s 4k plus I. Similarly, s k plus I will be equal to s 3k plus I. I will show you the sample where they will be equal. If I take si as 1, this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 0, this will be 1. Similarly, if si is 0, then this is 1, this is 0, this is 1 and this is 0, which is satisfying the above conditions. So I can say, if to satisfy this above condition, so above string of length 5, I need to have 3 1s and 2 zeros, or 3 zeros and 2 ones. So 2 ones. So from the pattern I can conclude that if given string is of even length, then number of zeros should be equal to number of ones. If it is odd length, then number of zeros should be equal to number of ones plus 1, or number of ones should be equal to number of zeros plus 1. Now let's take another example. N equals to 10 and k equals to 3. Let's see which string can satisfy this condition. Let's find the patterns of this. So if I start with S1, S1 should not be equal to S4 as k is 3. S4 should not be equal to S7. S7 should not be equal to S10. Similarly, from S2, it will be not equal to S5. This will be not equal to S8. From S3, it will be not equal to S6. That will be not equal to S9. If I take S4, this should be not equals to S7. That will be not equals to S10. So we already generated that series. So I will neglect this series. Now let's see how to satisfy this condition. How many ones are required? How many zeros are required? To satisfy this condition, I required 2 ones and 2 zeros because it's an even length, and I required minimum of 1 1 and 1 0, and I required either of 1 to satisfy this condition. So I'll keep the requirement as 1 because 1 0 1 can satisfy that condition, or 0 1 0 also can satisfy this condition. Now for this we required similarly minimum of 1 1 and 1 0, and either of 1 is required. So requirement is now 2. So now minimum requirement of 1 is 4. Minimum requirement of 0 is 4. Now check whether in the given string find the zeros count and ones count. Check whether the minimum they are satisfying the minimum requirement or not. Then let's say it's a minimum 0 1 and minimum 0. So this should be equal. Minimum, this is minimum 1 and this is minimum 0. Now then find the difference, like zeros count plus 1 count minus minimum 0 plus minimum 1. If it is greater than given required, which is required for us, then the given string is satisfying, so we can print yes, or else we can print no. Thank you.